talk about Sally for a little bit. So, Sally is a real estate professional who decided about 2.5 years ago, she realized that she needs to grow her business, and the online tools that are available are really helpful for that. The way she found that out was she was at a conference for that group. It was a real estate conference, and she was listening to people present from stage, and she saw a common thread that people were generating leads online, they were building relationships online. People were talking about the importance of their websites and what the website is supposed to do. So Sally comes home, tries to take some action, starts to do her research online, looking for different ways to put these things together. She starts buying courses, multiple courses, coaches to get all this done. I'm not going to get into that. Let's save that for another time because that's a whole different topic. But basically what she starts to do is she starts to put these pieces together. And she has a type A personality, so she's doing very well. She's put a gorgeous website together. She's got her email marketing running. She's got SEO put in place. She's got social media engaging. And she's been doing that for over a year now. Pretty successfully, she believes that she's doing it. But there's a problem. And the problem is she's not making money from it. She's put all these tools in place, but really nothing is happening. Traffic is coming to her website. She's looking at her analytics. She's looking at the number of hits that are on the website. And she's realizing that she's not generating leads as much as she would like to. And the leads that she is generating aren't converting to customers. So that's a big dilemma. She's thinking, I've followed everything. I've gone through, spent a lot of money, put the time in, put the effort in, but even the leads that are coming in at that low percentage, when I'm calling them, they're not really ready to buy. They're just kind of testing the waters, they're tire kickers, they're doing research on the area. So what's going on? What's going on is that she missed a very fundamental piece of her marketing, piece of her business. And that's what I'd like to talk to you guys today about very briefly. I think I have like 5 minutes left or something. And it's what I call customer profiling. Okay, there's other terms for it. Some people call it a customer avatar, building a customer avatar. What that means is understanding who your customer is very specifically. There's a lot of good people in this room, business people all over the place that believe so much in the value of the gift they have for their clients that they think it's for everybody. So if you ask them, who do you help? They'll say, oh, this is perfect for anyone. Well, guess what? Nobody has the resources to market to the entire world. You just don't. Your service or goods are probably that good, but you got to start somewhere. So you got to find a segment of the market that you can serve best at the moment. Start with them. Once you've mastered that, once you've conquered that market, you can move on to different sectors of different markets, right? Now, this concept, you refer to your niche, for example. A lot of people refer to this as niche marketing. It's correct in that you select different niches and you work on them. What I'm referring to, though, is getting to understand your client or your prospect or your perfect customer in a much more deeper level than the superficial demographics, right? So you'd start by saying, is my perfect client male or female? That's a good start. Then you look at their age group. That's a pretty good start. Where do they live? You know, what kind of incomes do they have? Income is very important. I think it's very important because if the person who you're trying to sell to can't afford your product or service, you're wasting your time. It's the wrong person. At most, you'll make a good friend. It's not business savvy to do that. So what do I mean by going deeper? What I mean by that is being able to take your hat off as a service provider and put your hat on as a marketer. What that means is you start to think like your client does. You start to get into their body, get into their skin, think like they do. So you start to ask questions like, what is this person thinking at night when they're confronted with that problem? Let's give you an example. Maybe that will make it a little bit clearer, because I'm looking at you guys and your faces are like, what is he talking about? Let's say you are selling insomnia medication, okay? Because I want to make sure there's nobody in this room that does anything similar to that, right? So I am your perfect client. I can't sleep at night, right? It's very clear that you want to enable me to sleep at night. But if you haven't really thought through what's going through my head, what feelings I have in my body as I'm experiencing this, you can't really market to me effectively. So when I'm getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning after having been in bed for 2 hours, kicking and turning and doing everything trying to sleep, and I finally get up and I sit at my computer because I'm so freaking frustrated, what am I typing in there? And what is my motivation for doing that? If you could help me sleep better, if your medication could actually help me sleep better, what would it enable me to do? If you're thinking, well, it will let you sleep, you're thinking in the wrong path, okay? You got to think about, if I'm rested, if I go through my sleep, how does the quality of my life improve? Can I play with my children better? Can I be with my wife with more energy? Can I go to work with more energy? Take it a step beyond that. How does that improve my life? I'm a happier person, aren't I? On the reverse, if I can't sleep, my kid approaches me at 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, trying to, give me a kiss, a hug, and I'm going, oh, and the impact that has, it has emotional luggage that keeps on building up. So that's the level you have to think about. You have to get that deep. The result of that type of marketing, because I'm an online marketer, I'll describe it in this way, but remember that this is just the media. It doesn't matter if you're belly to belly talking to somebody, it still has the same impact. So if I've done my job properly, when you watch a video of me describing my service, a pitch video for it, doesn't matter, even if I'm doing a webinar, for example, that you're listening to, it doesn't matter what it is. When I start to talk and you're watching that video, first of all, you can't click away. You're locked in. The reason you're locked in is because you're relating to everything I'm saying. The other thing that's happening is 2-3 minutes in the video, if I'm following a correct sequence, the viewer is sitting there going, how the hell does he know that? I've never said that to anybody. How does he know that? So you're really getting to a place where you understand your client better than they understand themselves. They have not vocalized those emotions. They're in there. There's a lot of times where as human beings we feel one way and we state something else because we're trying to shield ourselves. We were trying not to expose ourselves, right? I go through it all the time, right? So that's where we want to get to. And this process of profiling your customer, building a customer avatar, whatever you want to call it, is an ongoing process. You start it with whatever you can put together, and then this is a document that you keep building and building and building. As you meet more people, as you talk to more customers, as you go through sales processes that fail or succeed, as you get testimonies, you're building that up more and more and more. So you're adding to this thing, and this really becomes a super valuable piece of document. There is a concept that is called tribe marketing, and I'd love to talk about that. I can't do it right now. We'll do that at another time. I promise you that we'll do that. I want to leave a little bit of time for questions. So my weekly webinars tomorrow, I'm talking about a very specific formula that enables you to do this. A lot of times we need guidelines to start something off. You're sitting here listening to me, you're probably going, that sounds great. How do I do it? I don't live inside of my customer's head, I'm new to this business. I don't necessarily know what they're thinking. Well, in order to assist with that, there's a formula that I always use with my clients. We sit down, we go through this thing. Sometimes it takes anywhere between 2 to 4 hours to go through the entire exercise. So tomorrow, I think it's at 11:30 in my webinar, I'm introducing that formula. It's free. So if you guys are on my mailing list, you've probably received the invitation. Just go ahead and register for it. If you're not, give me your business card and I'll send you the invite so you can do that. With that, I'd like to open it up to questions. If anybody does have any questions, I'd be more than glad to attempt to answer it.
I have a question with a comment.
Sure.
I can relate to a lot of what you're saying, and I think it's invaluable. And like you said, to have an ongoing process of that and reevaluating and improving upon it, and it really enables you to be of better service when you're thinking in that mindset versus I can help you, I want to, this is what you need. It's more of how do we develop a win-win so that you're empowering people to come to those decisions and know that you're a resource, but not because they know that, it's like, everybody wants you and needs you, but at the same time, you want people that maybe don't even realize they want and need you to come to you, and that's a great way to do it. And so I'm excited to hear more.
Awesome. Thank you.
Jamak, that struck me as super important and super valid. Strange curveball. Are you available on Friday morning between 9 and 10?
Yes.
Okay. So on Friday morning between 9 and 10 is a meeting just like this. Another Open Connect meeting right over there in Pleasanton at FOS on Hop Yard. Okay, Friday. I'm inviting you all to come because, by the way, I was going to say that anyway because you're paying your dues for membership. Get as much return as you possibly can. Go to as many meetings as you can. So we can all be together in 48 hours, and you said you want to talk about tribe marketing.
Yeah.
I want to hear about tribe marketing.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
come be our speaker in 2 days at FOS at 9 a.m., and you guys all come, and we're going to make Francoise feel super awesome on the first meeting that she's going to be guiding. Okay? So how's
Sweet.
that sound? How's that sound? Friday morning.
Awesome.
Thanks,
buddy.
Bam.
Yeah. Time's up? Okay, well, let me promote that event then. Because that's what I do, right? Very quickly, in 2-3 minutes, there is a huge shift. I think we can honestly call it a revolution that's been happening for the past 2-3 years. If you feel like you're in transition, you used to work at a corporate job and now you don't, or all of this stuff, sort of a economic transition. If you feel like that, it's because of this revolution that's sort of been happening. It's been brewing and nobody's talking about it, or very few people are talking about it. We've been 110, 20 years past the Industrial Revolution, and this is the next one that's happening. The reason that it's happening so fast is because of technology, the internet, the computer, and the access now that we have to the globe, basically, to market to them. The concept of tribe marketing is about this shift. What it means is that you attract certain people to you. It could be only 1,000 people, for example, for the entire lifetime of your business. And there's an article called 1,000 True Fans. If you haven't read it, go read it. It's invaluable, right? But what it means is that you attract these people to you, and rather than you coming up with the next product or service to market based on how you feel, your tribe tells you what it is that they want. And they'll buy and buy and buy and buy over and over and over again. If you have 1,000 true fans, if you have 1,000 people in your tribe, you only have to sell them a product worth $100 every year to make $100 grand. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
See you on Friday. Thank you.